Yeah, and like I'm generally on board with um the week by week thing. I think when you drop a whole season in one day, it just doesn't have the same effect and you don't properly digest what's happening. But in this case, I do think it helps to have uh the first two episodes in one drop and then just kind of do one a week after that.
Are you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? I fucking hate the binging model. I hate it. I think it is horrible. I think it is one of the worst things to happen to the art form of television. I hate the binge model. And I will never forgive Netflix for creating it.
So I have two little tidbits about that, the binging model. Firstly, fun fact, that's going to be what my next experimental short's about, the binging model.
Better be
And
talking shit.
yeah, oh, absolutely, yes. Um,
Good.
but kind of to go on what like Tim was talking about, it's like I in certain cases I prefer the week by week like original style of like television where it's like every like week once per week you get like an episode or whatever. um I really like it in certain cases for like certain types of shows, like say for example if they had dropped The Return, Twin Peaks, if they had dropped all of that in a week, that
Oh,
would be way
that would
too, it would
suck.
suck so bad because
Yeah.
the episodes are like 1 hour long, and it's weird David Lynch shit, so it's like you're gonna want to digest it and not just go on to the next one immediately after.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Now something like fuck it, The Boys, it's like if you dropped that all
Well, the boys did a hybrid.
they did, because it's like they started off where they just dropped like the whole series at once with their first season, and then the second season they did like a week for week thing, and people complained about that.
Losers.
Well, they dropped the first three at once.
Yes, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, The Boys isn't like entirely thought provoking art. I mean, it's a smart show, but it's also just crazy, over the top violence. Just give it all to me at once, please.
And yet, people still don't get it.
I think the only time that like a streaming service did their whole season drop and I actually binged the whole thing in one day was BoJack Horseman season 2, which like I feel like I'm more or less still like remember most of that season, but at the same time it definitely I kind of regretted it afterwards because now I'm like shit, I don't have anything else to watch.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And I understand the reason why Disney Plus is doing it is largely because it keeps you subscribed longer. But for me, it just if you drop your entire goddamn season at once, what's the fucking difference between a season of a TV show and a long movie? What's the actual difference?
Yeah, exactly. And it and that's usually what Netflix I think it does. It basically paces their seasons out as a long movie cut into hour long segments, which it kind of hurts it in like the pacing. Like it doesn't really feel like natural beginnings and ends as much as earlier shows.
No, it doesn't. And Austin, what are your thoughts?
I think it depends on the type of show. Maybe if it's an adventure show like Stranger Things, where the emphasis is more on action and stuff, then maybe you could drop it all at once. I think that they have a guy who like lives in California, and he acts as like a human Geiger counter. And he detects whether or not there will be subreddits formed from a show where they will pick apart the frames and try to figure out what next season, the next week's episode is going to be about, based on what type of breakfast food they were eating or what vague comments are made in the background. And If that guy decides that your show will have a subreddit formed around it, then you are allowed to not release it streaming. He's kind of a high roller in town. He's the guy you have to impress. People who didn't want their shows to be streaming didn't impress that guy, and bam, 12 hours of content worked on over 2 years, released all at once, like a glorious, smooth orb of content just for people to swallow down and not think about. He's a menace, and he needs to be stopped.
For me, it just ruins discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, if you don't watch it all at once, you better be damn fucking careful on the internet.
Right.
Oh.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the meta of it really fucking sucks because there's always going to be those absolute psychos who can go just like that, like they're ready right when it launches, and then they've got 12 hours of nothing to do.
I don't have a job. I have a trust fund. I can watch all the TV I want.
Exactly. Right when you're waking up to watch Stranger Things season 4, they drop a fucking meme about not only is that bearded Hopper dude back, but in the last episode he's raw dogging Winona Ryder, and you're like, I wanted to get there myself.
Well, it's about damn time.
They slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.